Hi there, my name is Ruby Berry and I'm delighted to be one of the artists selected in this year's Petite miniature textile exhibition at the Wangaratta Art Gallery. So I'm a sculptural textile artist. I create both small and large scale textile artworks that play with texture and contrast. So I predominantly use weaving and basketry techniques and traditional textile materials. In my practice, I'm really interested in exploring how textiles can communicate ideas of protection and comfort, and what materials and processes can effectively communicate that in the final work. So I try and be involved in every part of the making process as possible, through spinning, dyeing and weaving where I can. And so as a result, my process is very slow. But by being part of each step, I'm able in the final piece to highlight the gestures of the making, that time, intimacy and energy that I put into each piece. So I'm pleased to have two works selected in this year's exhibition, Handhold and Pomegranate, and both of these are made using the basketry technique called twining. And twining is a really good basketry technique that creates very organic forms. So Handhold is a small black basket, and I designed Handhold a bit like, as the name suggests, to fit in the palm of your hand and have your fingers wrap around it. So it's made up of black hand-spun wool and black wax thread with a little circle of gold in the middle. And that wool and wax thread I deliberately chose for their contrasting tactile qualities, so that when you were looking at that piece on the wall or in the catalogue, you would get a sense of how it would be to touch, and so what those textures would feel like in your hand, and whether that communicated a sense of comfort or protection to you through holding. The second work I have is Pomegranate, and this is a very personal work. I made it last year when I was pregnant with my first child, and I was exploring in this work ideas on womanhood and fertility and sexuality. And I was also inspired as well in this work reading the Greek myth of Persephone and her journey down to hell with Hades and the consumption of a pomegranate. And so those ideas came through into that piece. So that's made of red silk, hand spun into the pomegranate form. So you can find out more about my practice on my Instagram and website. And thank you for listening.